Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 24th. You have this card that says, show the world the real you, and also this card that says, expect a powerful change. And so there could be a powerful change coming in for you, but we'll see what comes up here. And as always, Scorpio with the Tower, right? Which is hilarious. But you have the Devil, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Tower here. This could be about, escaping a toxic situation or needing to remove yourself from a toxic situation. I mean, really, I wouldn't even worry about the Tower. You always get it. The Tower is your card. So, the Tower could just be your energy showing up in the reading. And the Tower is kind of like a Phoenix rising energy in the first place. It is an energy of facing reality and, needing to rebuild something. And then we have the Star. So I really wouldn't worry about the Tower. Whenever the Star comes up after the Tower, it does in the Major Arcana. And it basically says that we are healing from a Tower moment. But you do have the Devil. The Devil can represent toxic vibes, toxic energy, can represent needing to remove yourself from toxic situations. One thing I'm noticing is you also have the Queen of Pentacles, which can be Capricorn. So if you're looking for love, this could actually just be a Capricorn. If you don't already have it, like you might already have a Capricorn in your life. I'm also getting Virgo as well. So it could be like an earth sign that's coming in for you if you want love. But again, I feel this is about kind of removing yourself from something that is toxic. You do have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. So I feel for a lot of you that you have an idea of what you want. I always say the Ten of Pentacles isn't something we just get. It is building, leaving a legacy. But the first step is understanding like what it is for you. And so if you can develop the vision of this, like if you can see it, then it's much easier to accomplish because you can see where you need to go, right? And then you end with the Star. And the Star is like having a North Star. It's having that one big guiding light that you work towards to accomplish something great in your life. Now, the interesting thing is that we have the Devil. So the thing about the Devil is that those people, the chains hang down to like here on their necks. So they could easily lift those chains from around their necks and they could set themselves free. And I feel for a lot of you, it's like, what you want to work towards, Ten of Pentacles, but you need to like release yourself from something that might be keeping you stuck. And that's kind of the vibe I get off the first row. It's actually not bad. I mean, you have the show the world the real you and expect a powerful change. So, but also, the Devil could represent needing to reveal those hidden parts of yourself. And I feel as humans, of course, we hide a lot of who we are because of, we are children. When we were children, it's like maybe people made us feel guilty about things that we, that we think, showing off certain parts of ourselves or by being who we really are. It's funny. The other day I mentioned a book called When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. I haven't read it in years. And so I mentioned it the other day and I started listening to it again because, again, I haven't read it in a very long time. It's kind of like a little bit of a dense book. That's probably why I've only listened to it maybe like once or twice in my life so far. This will be like my third time listening to it because it's kind of like a little bit dense. But, the gist of the book is that when we are children, it's like our parents do things, again, this doesn't mean your parents are bad or anything like that, but they do things and things that make us feel guilty about like who we are. So then we learn that we can't say no, and we learn that we can't be assertive and things like that as well. And it's definitely popping into my head here. Maybe maybe that's not exactly what's going on here. I just think that, it's like, I think things can happen when you're a kid. Like, let's say you're really good at something. Like, this happens a lot to children, right? Where they're really good at something and then their peers start picking on them for it, really because they're jealous. And so then as a child, you learn not to do whatever that thing is that you are good at because, someone picked on you. But really, what your child brain doesn't realize that those people are jealous of your skills. So that's what I feel with the Devil in this Tower card. The Tower is about coming down to reality and seeing reality for what it actually is. And maybe that's what needs to happen here, is that you need to realize that those things that you maybe subconsciously feel guilty about, or it might not be guilt, it could be any feeling, right? Or those things about yourself that you are afraid to show are exactly the things that make you special and will make you successful. So I think this reading is kind of like saying you need to reveal yourself. And you have the Star, which says you need to be the star. You need to be the shining light, right? With the devil, you have the moon. The moon is, again, hiding things. So, again, something clearly needs to be revealed in this reading about yourself. It could be something you're afraid of shining a light on. It could be a talent, gift, skill, or ability. It's clearly something about yourself. And I feel it's something that will lead to your success because of the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Star, all this great energy that's like saying, hey, if you do this, you will be successful. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yes, exactly. I actually think that this is exactly what we need to do when we have a Ten of Pentacles vision. We just need to take those first few steps. The Ten of Pentacles is about your investment into something, and Six of Pentacles. And Six of Pentacles is not a big investment. Six of Pentacles is taking those tiny little steps to get to your goal, and that's exactly what I would do with that card. With the Tower, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is juggling, but it can also be being pulled in too many different directions. So again, I feel that this reading could be saying that you need to focus on your own direction, not other people's. That will probably help you bring clarity to this situation. Like if you're feeling guilty, or if you're feeling like you can't show off, or if you're feeling like that you're not special or whatever, that's probably what needs to be worked on here. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Day and Night card. It says there's current disharmony due to existing differences in some matter. You have this healing energy. It says you're in the process of healing, eliminating any bad energy in your life. Yes, definitely a healing reading. I mean, you have the Star. The Star literally represents healing from a Tower moment. So a lot of you could be going through a healing. You have the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. How crazy is this? I didn't even see this. You have 3 queens and then 3 pages. I don't think I've ever had a reading where that has happened. That is pretty crazy. Now, number one, 3 queens can represent jealousy, right? So 3 queens can say that you need to be careful of the people who are jealous in your life, and you don't have to do anything about it, by the way. You just have to ignore it, plain and simple. The Queen of Cups is about following your heart and really listening to where your heart is guiding you, and I feel that's really super important for the fixed signs right now, you being one of the fixed signs, that your heart is telling you what to do, and you need to move in that direction. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, sometimes we need to bring a little practicality to our heart. And it's something where we need to make it practical. We need to bring it down to earth, and that's kind of what I feel with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like your heart might be telling you to like go start a unicorn breeding facility, but obviously unicorns don't exist. So like how the hell are you going to follow your heart if that's what you really want in life? I don't know. I don't have an answer. But what I would say is it's like you do need to bring some practicality. Maybe you could, start a factory where you create AI robot unicorns, which sounds pretty creepy to me. But I'm not here to judge here, Scorpio. So again, maybe you can't do it exactly the thing you want, but how can you get as close as possible, right? I remember years ago, someone said, like, I want to be a ballerina, but I don't have legs. And I was like, well, there's still plenty of things you could do. You could start a YouTube channel talking about it. At least you would be close. Someone else brought up an example. They said, I want to be an astronaut, but I can't be an astronaut. I'm like, well, you could start a YouTube talking about space, right? Or whatever. So it's like, yeah, maybe you can't do exactly what your heart is telling you to do, but you could probably get pretty close, or you could probably, do something that is related to the thing, no matter how impossible it may seem, right? And I feel like that's the practicality that the Queen of Pentacles is talking about. You have the Queen of Wands. I do believe we're all being pushed to kind of march to the beat of our own drum. The Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. So she has a desire. This sunflower is pointing towards the sun. And she has a desire to do something, but she just doesn't know how to do it. And the Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, doing what you want no matter what, and finding a way. So again, I think that you have to learn as you go on this journey. You have all 4 pages, by the way. So with the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. There could be love because you have like 3 pages here. And so you might be noticing that a lot of people are interested in you right now. We had Venus in Pisces. Venus will be retrograding back into Pisces. So, and there's a lot of energy in Pisces. So it makes a lot of sense to me that just the water signs could be more attractive at this time, and you could be noticing it. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is knowledge and wisdom. It's also about finding a mentor. And so if there is something that you want to do with your life, but maybe you can't do exactly what you want to do, like I said, like maybe you have physical limitations that wouldn't allow you to become an astronaut, there still might be things that you can do. And finding a mentor or finding a person that can guide you would be a good idea. Now, I always say, like, you don't have to have a mentor physically. I have mentors on YouTube, right? There are people I watch that have taught me so much, right? And so this is just about finding guidance. And the star is also a card of finding guidance. The star is having a North Star. It is having that thing that you can aim at, that you can accomplish. And, I feel finding guidance is going to be important for you. Look at all these people. With the Queen of Wands, you have the King of Cups. So, number one, there could be someone who finds you attractive, clearly, with the Queen and King of Cups, divine counterparts. Whenever I have a reading that just has a lot of people in it, it just says that you're probably dealing with a lot of people right now. And, that just could be it. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this focus card and this courage card. Yeah, I would focus on the things that do bring you courage. I would focus on the things that will make you successful, and that's really what I would do. A lot of people, someone asked me on an interview like a while ago, because obviously I have other businesses that I run, and I've had a billion failures. We were talking on this podcast, I can't remember who it was, but we were talking about success or something like that. I'm like, well, really, I have failed way more times than I've been successful. And someone said, and the person said, like, how do you overcome that, right? And I just said, well, like, the ideas I come up with that I want to do, if someone else has done them, then I know it's possible. And the star literally says that, by the way. And I kind of feel like that's what this is saying. It's like saying if something is possible, or someone has done like what you want to do, then that's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. And all you should be focusing on is being successful, right? And making it happen. And I feel that would be very helpful for you with these two cards. You have the Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Wands. There could be a person, whenever I have like all four of something, like we have all four pages, I kind of feel like this could be one person who is interested in you, and they could be a well-rounded person. They could embrace all these different traits, right? The Page of Pentacles is also the card of studiousness. Like, I kind of feel like the pages are things, it's almost like they are activities that you need to do, Scorpio. And, the Page of Pentacles is about studiousness and learning how to do something, but you can only learn by doing, and with the Queen of Wands. So, it's time to get started. You have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords would say it's time to follow your curiosity. Maybe that's all you have. Like, sometimes with the star can be inspiration, but inspiration means nothing. We can be excited about starting breeding unicorns, right? We can be excited by that idea, but it doesn't actually mean anything. And so the Page of Swords says you need to be curious enough to learn about it and, follow through on your curiosity, right? With the Page of Wands, this is like the real start of the journey. He needs nothing other than his own excitement. The reason the Page of Wands gets started on a journey is simply because he's excited and enthusiastic for the journey. He doesn't need proof that something is going to work. And I kind of feel that for you, where it's like there might not be any real solid proof that you can accomplish your 10 of Pentacles and your star, but if someone has done it, I feel like you need to do it as well, whatever your star is. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is like regrets and sadness. Now, the trick with the Five of Cups is that we have to turn around and see these two cups. He is grieving the loss of something that he no longer enjoys. So he's like sad that things can't work the way they used to. And again, I feel this energy a lot for the fixed signs, where it's like you could have certain goals, or you could have a certain job, but it's like maybe it doesn't work the same way it used to. And the Five of Cups is about finding other ways to do things, or realizing that you don't enjoy something anyway, so you should probably leave. With the Page of Swords, you have the Magician. The Magician is about using your tools, at least in your reading. I feel like it is. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot in front of him here, and so those are the ace versions of all the suits. He just needs to make sure he's using the right tool for the job. It's like maybe he's trying to logic something into existence with the swords, but maybe it's not logical. Maybe he needs to be more creative with the wands, or maybe he needs to attach more of his emotions with the cups. And, I feel that working with the tools that you have would be very good. With the Page of Wands, you have the Hermit Virgo. I literally said it earlier, so some of you could be dealing with an earth sign if you want love. The Hermit is about shining your light, though. He has climbed to the top of the mountain. He's been through a dark night of the soul. He has earned the right to shine his star. There is the star in his lantern here. And I literally said it at the beginning of the reading that I feel like you need to shine your light. You need to be the star in this reading. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the schedule card. It says, most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for the abundance you are wanting to attract? You have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is like deciding, I need to do this, this, and this every single day to get closer to my Ten of Pentacles, and that's what you need to do. Having a schedule changed my life. I used to do these readings whenever the hell I wanted, right? I would just do them. I would put them up whenever. It's like the thing that really helped is I started doing 4 readings every single day, no matter what, and it totally changed everything. So having a schedule works. You have this training card. It says you still have some new skills to acquire, clearly, before you can really advance to the next stage of your career. Magician. So, and also all the pages. The pages really represent learning, and so it would be a great time for you to develop skills or learn new skills that could help you grow. You have the star, the Nine of Wands, and the Death card. So the star says you need to be the star in this reading. She is also pouring this water onto the earth here, and that water comes from the pool of universal consciousness. This right here is what represents, if one person has done it, you can do it. And the star literally represents that. The star says, if someone has done something that you want to do, then you can do it. It is totally possible for you to accomplish great things. And the star is about believing that. We also have the Tower, so having the star is healing from a Tower moment. You have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands says you have to try again. I seem to remember months ago, Scorpio, that I was doing readings for you where I was saying that it's almost like you are reinventing something that you have worked on before. So if you are thinking about revisiting an old idea, an old business, an old project, I think now would be an amazing time for you to try again. The Nine of Wands says don't give up on something, clearly, but I don't really get perseverance here, which is what this card represents, yes, but I get more try again energy. So I think it would be worth it for you to try something again that you want to accomplish. The Nine of Wands is a card of experimentation. And clearly, you have to experiment. You have the Magician, and then you have the 4 pages. It's like maybe you need to play around with the energy that you approach something with and just see what works. Just that simple. You have the Death card, also you showing up here, so you're showing up as yourself. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel a lot of you are just kind of showing up in a strong position here. With the star, you have the sun. Amazing. I definitely like readings that go from the moon to the sun. That is the right direction, because it says that you're leaving a period of darkness and you're entering into a time of light. But the sun and the star are amazing. It represents fame and fortune when they show up together. It also represents a lot of attention coming in for you. So, with the 4 pages, there could be a lot of attention. Yeah, with the Nine of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, he is imagining a dream, or he's imagining something that he wants to accomplish. There are good things and bad things in those cups, but really he doesn't know how something is going to turn out. He's kind of assuming, right? He is dreaming, and he's just thinking, well, this could be good, but this could be bad. There are good things and bad things in these cups. But I think people get stuck here, right? Where it's like they come up with a dream, they come up with something they want to accomplish, and they start using the bad things that could potentially happen as an excuse. They start saying, and I'm not calling you out here, I'm just saying, right? People say, oh, I could start that business, but if it fails, it'll put my children on the street and stuff like that, right? You start catastrophizing. The Seven of Cups says, no, you actually don't know that, and it's kind of a cop-out if you say, oh, this could happen, that could happen, and it's yeah, sure, that absolutely could happen, but until you take action, you don't know. So take action. With the Death card, you have the Death card. So basically the universe saying, I meant what I said. You are showing up in a strong position. I also think it's possible that you are changing from this Tower energy to the Death energy, which is more your true form. You have this Tankard card. It says celebration, fun, and enjoyment. A lot of people have been getting these cards of socializing, things like that, so I do feel it would be a good time to socialize. You have this Rat card. It says someone working against you behind your back. Devil. I would be careful of just people in general right now. That does not mean be paranoid, but it does mean that if you're working with people who seem to be off, I would pay attention to that, and I would make sure that people aren't taking advantage of you and things. You have this success card, which is great. We see a ton of success here in this reading, and that's exactly what I would focus on. You have this pineapple card. It says reconciliation on it. I don't think you're like reconciling with anyone from the past or anything. I think this is saying like the universe is reconciling with you. The universe is bringing you, good energy that you've been missing out on. So that's nice. You have this hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. Clearly, you have the magician. The magician is all about reinvention. And so you could be playing a different role. You could be, with that magician card, you could be like getting a different job. You could be taking a different approach to life with this card. The list goes on and on there. So that makes sense. But this is a pretty interesting reading here, Scorpio. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.